Hello and good day to you all. This is another Gran Turismo Sport video, but this one is a little bit special. This is my first race using the new wheel setup. So, for you that don't know, I've been on controller this whole time using automatic gearbox as well. So I've got myself a Thrustmaster T300 RS, the GT edition. Coupled with a PlayC Evolution. Now, this is my first time on a rig, so it's so alien-like, it is unreal. But I spent a good amount of time setting a qualifying time. I used one of the top 10 times and I just tried to follow around. I managed a 1:31.3, which for me, on a wheel, on my third day of using it, I think it's pretty decent. So yeah, this is Daily Race B. I was using the Citroen Group 3, no tyre wear, no fuel, just a straight sprint, 5 laps, let's go. Dragon Trowel, the one with the absolute death curbs. God, they are awful. But let's have a chit chat, let's get straight into it, let's go. Okay, so the qualifying time of a 1:31.3, now that puts into P9, which I feel is a strong qualifying place. I mean, I think I did one race on the controller in the automatic, and I did a 1:34. Now that was, I literally did one race, so I probably could have gone quicker on the controller. But for my third day on the wheel, I don't think that's too bad of a qualifying position. Right, so as we go to get underway, I didn't really have a game plan, as to say. It was more of a case of just trying to hang on, really. I probably only got about 4 laps in my qualifying. In that about 30 minutes, I was just going round and round. I kept spinning out. There was a lot of corners as we go round, which I'll explain where I kept spinning out. But yeah, I only managed 4 laps really. So my main aim was to stick with a pat and just try and get a clean race and be competitive, because that's the whole point of having the wheels, and make it more immersive. So yeah, so I was just trying to do that really. I wasn't going for any top 5 or any top 3 or nothing like that. So as we come around the banking left-hander, I soon learned that you had to drop it down the gear and sort of coast around the corner as we approach the death curbs, shall we call it. As I get it all terribly wrong there, and I slide into the corner and I lose drive, and like a sausage, I don't change gear. So that allows the Peugeot to bunny hop his way past us into P9 and drops us to P10. But we're still in with a shout, I feel. As we approach the hairpin, this was a corner where I span out religiously every single time. I'd come around here, get on the power way too early, and then the back of my car would try and overtake the front of the car, and that was it. So, but we managed to get through here okay. So as we now manoeuvre our way through the middle sector, which is, it's a strange old sector this. It's very, very weavy as the Beetle spins it, disconnects, the Peugeot bins it. So now we're up into P8, going through the triple apex corners, which are a nightmare. They were a nightmare for me on controller, and so on a wheel, it was challenging to say the least. As we get lap 1, as we make quite a lot of contact here, but the penalty system, oh my god, the new penalty system is amazing. How much contact, I hit someone hit me, no one's got penalties. Now this is where the race starts to get a little bit interesting. Now we're surrounded by cars, so this is a first for me on the wheel. Never had to manoeuvre myself around other cars, so I was sort of gritting my teeth, and at a certain point it's just closing my eyes and hoping for the best. As we get a better drive through there than the Beetle, and we make contact and no penalty again, as we get a tremendous drive out of the chicane and down the straight. Somehow a pack of 4 cars, we are now at the front. So we come into the braking zone, the Beetle, see you later mate, don't know where he's going, as the Renault dive bombs us up on the inside. Great move, gets it done, makes it stick. As I try to tuck in behind him, bounce it off the rev limiter because I don't really know what I'm doing. I'm a bit slidey all over the place. I'm probably holding the other guys up, but you know, it is what it is. I call it defending. They probably call it not in control, but what's the difference? as we try and deal with the triple apex corners once again. Now, I was still, even now watching this back, I'm still unsure on what. I don't know whether I need to drop down into gear 3 before the corners or leave it in gear 4. I don't know. As we come into the hairpin, the Porsche gets the move done, and I'm not too sure what happened to the dude on the inside of me there. I think he clipped the barrier and that slowed him down drastically. So now we're into P11 in the beginning of lap 3. So we're down 2 positions, which is not too bad. I'm happy with that, to be honest. As we approach the chicane, we try and avoid the curbs. We get a good entry there, keep it in gear 3, coasts, push them curbs. Ideally, I'd like the curb to go under the body of my car on that curb, but I was so nervous about hitting that curb and doing about 1,000 somersaults that I decided to go around it. As we come into the braking zone, we get round that in one piece, no spin. I control the throttle on the way out. I was unsure whether I needed to short shift there to try and reduce wheel spin or maybe leave it in gear 3 around the corner. But we managed to make it work in gear 2. As we try and manoeuvre our way around the middle sector, we set a PB through that sector, so something must be working, it must be coming together slowly. As again, you can see I'm sort of fighting the car, don't really know what I'm doing that well, shall I say, if I can spit my words out. This corner here was tricky for me because, like, yep, there you go. I just didn't know what gear to be in or what speed to be in, because it's sort of on the approach of that corner it looks like it's going to be a lot sharper than it is, and it catches me out every single time. I think you have to run deep to then cut back and make a long straight of it, as the Beetle goes up the inside of us. But we know the Beetle struggles in a straight line, so we know we're probably going to have to speed on him, as I'm nowhere near the racing line through there. I'm trying to miss the curbs, we get it all right, I'm holding the car up behind me, but we make it work. Now it's time to hunt down the Beetle for our P11 back, because I'm not too happy with P12. Happy with P11, but not P12. As we get that all wrong, but them two wipe themselves out, and I take my P11 back. So happy days, I say. Now we're on the penultimate lap. All we've got to do is get through this sector, get through the last lap, and we'll take P11. I'm happy with that, no penalties. It's been a great race, we've had some good battles. If we can just get through, we almost very nearly track limits there, I'd say. That was borderline taking the biscuit, but we got away with it. So up ahead, we can see P10 closing in on P9, so potential for a P10 if anything happens there. I go to run deep there, and then I run too deep, and I get it all wrong. And I think I'm not getting enough slip angle, so I'm sort of going into it too narrow. I need to slide the car ever so slightly and make it like a swooping bend, like a swooping motion. I'm coming straight in, and then I'm having to turn really sharp to turn back on myself. So I think I know what to do, I'm just struggling to get that done on the wheel. Now this is it, last lap. I'm happy with P11, we know that, I've said that. I've just got to keep it together. Just got to maintain my cool, and we shall take home P11. Yes, we've dropped 2. Oh, and I've just gone set a PB there, so it's it's. I think I'm getting faster. I think I'm getting faster, and I'm getting smoother. So second half of the lap, the trickiest part of the section, the left, the right, the left, the triple right. It's an absolute nightmare, this sector. I'm not a fan too much of Dragon Trail, even up, like all the variants. You've got Death Chicane, you've got Death Curbs. They're just pigs. They are real pigs. As we dropped it down into gear 3 for the triple apex now, and then banged it into gear 4 there for the drive into the straight, which I think worked a little better. Now we're going to brake just as the barrier ends. That's the braking point, I'm pretty sure of it. See, now that was a little bit better. I was into gear 3 just as I hit the apex. Gear 2 to get a bit of rotation, and then more drive out of the corner and down the straight. We crossed the line in P11. Now, I'm stoked with that. That was a clean race. Got a clean race bonus for it on my first time on the wheel. Would you believe it? I'm super happy. I got the wheel. I got the seat. The penalty system's amazing. The racing's great. Yeah, happy days, I think. But yeah, thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. If you could give us a like and a subscribe, I'm 5 away from reaching 50. That's incredible. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks a bunch.